Welcome to a world of timeless tales, where every tale teaches us something new. Let's dive into today's adventure.
The Lost Civilization and the Gift of Wisdom, a story inspired by the Indus Valley Civilization. Long, long ago, nestled between the mighty rivers of the Indus and Saraswati, there flourished a great civilization, one of the oldest in the world. The people of this land were known for their wisdom, their knowledge of the stars, and their love for peace. They built cities with intricate drainage systems, brick houses, and markets where people from faraway lands came to trade. In one such bustling city, there lived a young boy named Rudra. His father was a respected scholar, and his mother, a skilled artisan. Rudra was known to be curious, always asking questions about the world. He wanted to know how the rivers flowed, why the stars twinkled, and how their cities were built so beautifully. One evening, Rudra's father took him to the banks of the great Indus River. As they sat on the soft sand watching the sunset, Rudra asked, "Father, how did our people become so wise? How did we build such great cities and learn so much?" His father smiled and began to share the story of their ancestors. Many generations ago, our people lived in harmony with nature. They watched the rivers, the stars, and the changing seasons. They believed that knowledge was like a flowing river. It must be passed on, shared, and used wisely. Our ancestors understood that the true strength of a civilization lies not in its buildings or wealth, but in the wisdom of its people. But how can wisdom be a strength? Rudra asked, confused. His father picked up a small pebble from the riverbank and tossed it into the water. The ripples spread far and wide. "Look at the ripples," his father said. "When one person gains wisdom, it spreads just like these ripples. It touches everyone. Knowledge helps us solve problems, build strong communities, and live in peace with one another. That is why our cities stand tall today, because our people valued learning and used it to help others." As the days passed, Rudra thought deeply about his father's words. He began to understand that wisdom wasn't about knowing everything, but about sharing what he knew and learning from others. He started helping his neighbors, teaching younger children what he learned, and listening carefully to the elders. Years went by, and Rudra grew into a wise young man. The city flourished, just as his father had said, not because of its grand walls or the bustling markets, but because its people shared their knowledge and worked together for the common good. However, one day, a terrible drought hit the land. The rivers dried up, and the crops failed. Many people thought the city would crumble, but Rudra and the wise elders of the city gathered the people and reminded them of the lessons of their ancestors. They used their knowledge of agriculture to dig deep wells, and they rationed food wisely. They taught the younger generation how to survive in difficult times. Soon, the rains returned, and the city was saved. The people realized that it wasn't their wealth or buildings that had protected them. It was their wisdom, passed down through the generations. And so, the story of Rudra and the Indus Valley Civilization was remembered for many centuries, teaching future generations that true strength comes not from riches, but from the wisdom of its people. Moral: wisdom is the greatest wealth a civilization or person can possess. It is through knowledge, understanding, and sharing that we build strong communities and overcome challenges.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more magical tales.